Well, for 7 years, Damilola, popularly known as Madame Modish, has run her small business called Modish by routinely rendering artistic and dynamic services to everyday people, celebrities, corporate brands, and production facilities. The pandemic, however, brought a long and uncomfortable pause to the possibilities of this, as with other creative jobs centered around events, and it created time for her to put the basic, essential, and advanced knowledge of her craft into a style Bible entitled Modish Maxims. Well, she is here to tell us about her journey and give us some style tips that we can work with. Good morning, Damilola. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Oh, lovely. Well, Modish Maxims is a very eye-catching book. Very, very strong lettering there.
Thank you.
Strong colors there. It's definitely something that you wouldn't miss easily. If you were to first talk to us about the difference you believe there is between fashion and style, it does seem as though sometimes people might confuse the two things together. Do you think that they are different? And if so, what is the difference between fashion and style?
Okay, thank you for the question. Clearly, they're different. Being fashionable is definitely not the same thing as being stylish. I think style is the advanced stage of being fashionable. Everyone can access fashion, but not everyone is stylish. So what I do as a style consultant and what I've been doing for the past 7 years is to improve people's fashion and change it to style. Also, you can say that style is your own, but fashion is accessible to all. So it's something you can personalize, that style.
All right, Damilola, not my forte, beauty and fashion, but nevertheless, let's first of all, it's lovely done. I really, I must actually say kudos to that.
And there's menswear in there as well, so
there is.
Okay, I will go through that. And you mentioned that I will go through that. But looking at the COVID-19 and the beauty industry, how has it changed the playing field? Understanding that before now, a lot of people always wanted to have makeup artists come over. Now things have actually changed. Do you think people want to do their makeup more, or do you think it has gone back to the previous normal?
So I'm gonna take it from a creative perspective because I don't do makeup, but I do styling. But styling, makeup, hair, all of it now has been curtailed because of persons gathering, like you said. I think a lot of things we do now would have to be virtual. So the consultation, the agreement, and all of that. And then when we're on set, we have to keep the manpower to a minimal size. So we can't have too many people on set anymore. We just have to have like the heads of the team. And then obviously you have to mask up. So it's an awareness that has come. Incidentally, I'd been rocking masks for years before now. So I'm happy that people are catching up. Unfortunately with the pandemic, but it's something to just learn along the lines with.
You know, when we were reading through your book there, you do break down the theory of styling to make it very easy to understand. There was a section of your book, Colors That Matter, where you had a spectrum of colors that people who have different skin tones, I believe warm, neutral, and cool, would gravitate towards. Is that something that is is that like a fashion commandment, or is that something that you've come up with yourself independently?
Yes. Colors are the basic things you need to know. Like, you can't put a wrong color on the right canvas and otherwise. So maxims are commandments. So I love the way you use the word commandments. Maxims are actually a set of rules that you should live by. So the first rule is to know your skin tone. If you do not know your skin tone, you can't dress appropriately because you'll be working, upside down. But if you know your skin tone, then you're able to pick the colors that actually suit you and then, run with it. Also, there are different hues, shades, tones in a color palette. So if you know your skin tone, then you can pick the right shades, hues, and tones so you can dress properly.
All right, Dami. Describe for me the Modish magazine person, because certainly that's what your book is actually titled. Who is the quintessential Modish magazine person?
Someone who's informed about the basic knowledge, the essential knowledge, and the advanced knowledge of style. Someone who's never caught off guard. Someone who dresses from head to toe. Someone who is confident. Someone who, there are no misses. There are only hits.
Now just give us some few names out there, celebrities, social media influencers, who cannot be caught on flick, as they always say.
Who cannot be caught on fleek, or who are always caught on fleek?
Or who are always on fleek? Almost mixing that one up there. I'm having a lot to do here with fashion and styling. Okay, go on.
Mm-hmm. Can I do an African? Because I'm not sure.
African, please. African.
So Fali Pupa is
Okay.
an artist, and he's always on fleek.
Okay. All right. I know you. Okay.
It's actually quite interesting that you say that, because when you look at Francophone Africans, men, they tend to be a lot more extravagant and more explorative. In the Democratic Republic of Congo, you've got the sapeur men who wear those three-piece suits in one color. So when it comes to advancing style, do you find that men may not be as open to exploring fashion and styling in the way that traditionally women do, or what's your experience of that?
Yes, I definitely agree with that. I think that the celebrities and public figures are a bit more receptive towards, accepting the alternative style of dressing. But a typical Nigerian man believes he can only wear dark colors, believes his fashion has to be stiff, like your partner on the show. But my book sort of opens you up to, possibilities of yourself that you never even saw coming. So you try, the mauves, the baby pinks, the mint greens, the pastels, and you look fresh and like a modish man. So I'd encourage that, men open their minds a bit more towards, accepting this kind of fashion.
Dami, I'll take that. I won't take that as a shade. Yeah. My purple is my way of trying to bring a little pop of color to what I'm actually wearing.
Regal, right?
But that to be very sincere, for men, now speaking about being a man and trying to be stylish, people see men here in Africa, and I'm speaking as a man, when you try to put too much detail in whatever you're doing, whatever you're wearing, they almost want to say you are, what's the word right now?
You're a bit...
You're a metrosexual.
Yeah.
That's the word. They call you, they tell me to be a metrosexual, and no man will want to be. I am the metrosexual.
So I think that the better term is cosmopolitan. So a cosmopolitan man is open to, he's a worldwide man, you know what I mean? He can be on the streets of London and they think he's British. He can be on the streets of Paris and they think he's, Francophone or Parisian. So it opens you up to better opportunities, bigger opportunities. You can be anything you want to be. So I think the right term is cosmopolitan. That's a man who has traveled and is exposed and not, averse to, accepting culture and color and style. And it also, incidentally makes you a better person, even in decisions. So you're a bit more open to other people advising you. You're not stiff, you're not closed. So fashion or style, like I'd normally say, is something welcomed in everyone's lives, to be honest.
All right. Mm-hmm. All right.
Well, looking at your maxims, number 42 jumped out at me. I'll read it out if you'd let me.
Yeah.
It says that favor only trends that suit your personality and body, no matter how popular or widely accepted. See, I'm a very tall woman, I am.
You are
6'2" in flats, or in heels rather, one of them.
Supermodel.
And so, if you were styling a taller woman like me, what advice would you give me? Actually, I'll ask you to hold on to that advice and think about it while we go to this very short break.
Okay.
It is, of course, time for us to take this short break. Oh, goodness gracious, we on. So very, very quickly, if you could tell me how you could style a very tall woman.
So there's something called understanding the beauty of length. And I did express that in my book, Modish Maxims, as well. So a tall person would normally gravitate towards shorter because she has long legs and she would want to flaunt that. Also a man, you can actually explore shorter length of shorts because you have the legs to flaunt. Also accentuating your curves if you have. If you're not curvy, then it will be accentuating, your jawline or your hip bone and all of that. So dressing tall people can be very fun because they have the legs. And once you have the legs, anything works.
Oh, I love to hear that. Mini skirts are a go.
I know.
Many thanks to you, Damilola. Okay?
Thank you.
All right. The Modish Maxims women. I want to say thank you for your time and thank you for putting me on my toes today. Okay.
You should get the book.
I already have the book here. All right. I will go through, certainly go through.
Really?
All right. We want to say thank you very much for your time today and for bringing a little bit of pop of color to our morning show.
A whole lot of color. A whole lot of color.